Parish family, this is Father Panteleimon offering a little weekly reflection. And today I want to continue on a line of thinking that I've been following for the past few reflections. And that is looking at a document that was put out by the Archdiocese, the Office of Youth and Young Adult Ministry, entitled Exodus from Orthodoxy, Are Young Adults Leaving the Church and What Can We Do About It? And as I've done over the past few little reflections, I wanted to bring up these three findings that they present in the document. And these are findings from the National Study of Youth and Religion. And as I've said before, basically they are findings that they found in the study sort of universally among young people who stayed in the faith. And there were three findings. One was that the faith was practiced at home. Two is that the young person knew someone outside the family who practiced the faith seriously. And number three is that the young person had a spiritual experience that brought them closer to God. And I've talked about one and I've talked about two. Today I want to talk about three. And to do that, I actually want to open up with a story that is sort of famously told about Saint Vladimir when he was trying to find the right faith, the true faith, to baptize his whole nation in. And the story goes as follows. And the story is taken directly from the writings of regarding the life of Saint Vladimir. And here it is. I'll allow you to read along as well. Quote, when we, this is the emissaries from Saint Vladimir talking, when we journeyed among the Bulgars, this is the Muslims, we beheld how they worship in their temple called a mosque while they stand ungirt. The Bulgar bows, sits down, looks hither and thither like one possessed, and there is no happiness among them. Their religion is not good. Then we went among the Germans, this is the Protestants, and saw them performing many ceremonies in their temples, but we beheld no glory there. Then we went to Greece, and the Greeks, including the emperor himself, led us to the edifices where they worship their God, and we knew not whether we were in heaven or on earth. For on earth there is no such splendor or such beauty, and we are at a loss how to describe it. We only know that God dwells there among men, and their service is fairer than the ceremonies of other nations, for we cannot forget that beauty. I bring this story up because of something I think it points to that is very important and significant and perhaps overlooked in the life of the church. And that is the worship life of our community. Let me tell you a story from my own life. When I was in college about 30 some odd years ago, I went to Purdue and there was no Orthodox church in West Lafayette at the time. I had a roommate who was a pious, devout Protestant Christian. And one Sunday he invited me to go to church with him. And I went. And something very interesting happened to me that I've related many times. I went to church, and when I went to his church, it was in a very, an office building. There was drywall and painted walls and acoustical ceiling tile ceilings and kind of corporate carpeting, and there was a drum set in the front and a guitar and a keyboard and a microphone. And as soon as I walked in, I had a visceral sense that this was not church. Why did I feel that way? I felt that way because I had grown up in Orthodoxy. I had grown up walking into the church and smelling incense and hearing chant and hearing the bells and seeing the brightness of the vestments of the priest and blessing myself and kissing the icons, right? And all of these things combined, kind of like the emissaries of King Vladimir, all these things combined to give me a sense of what the kingdom of heaven truly is like. And that's what the worship of the church is. Orthodox worship is entry into the kingdom of heaven. That's fundamentally what it is. And to the degree that we can make that the presence in our church, to the degree that we can make our chanting and our incense and all of these things combined to truly feel like what they are, because they are this, right? It's just incumbent on us to make that feeling true, to make that feeling genuine, so that when young people walk in, when anyone walks in, they sense people are worshiping God here. God is present here, right? And that's ultimately, I think, what we can do. There isn't a lot we can do, but we can do that. And so, brothers and sisters in Christ, as we sort of wrap up this reflection, although I'll be talking about it one more time next in my next reflection. I think I would challenge you to look at the worship of the church and think about how it can become something even more engaging, how you, not just Father Panteleimon, not just the chanters, but all the congregants, everyone who comes, how we can contribute to making that environment of the church an environment that really makes the presence of God palpable among the people who are there. So may we be a part of that. May we contribute to that in our own lives so that the church can grow and that our young people can stay and thrive and become pious, devout Orthodox Christians. God bless you.